Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look now at the Iranian connection to Sunni terrorists. It's amazing that there are still policymakers in this country today who think that there can be no cooperation between Sunni and Shia because of religious differences, and we'll put that to rest during this segment. Here's the first cable that we have. And as you'll see, it's from the American Embassy in Riyadh, and the subject is redacted. The Wikileaks have redacted the name, but it's a Saudi Arabian official, and it's this Saudi Arabian official on Iranian threats. And if you see here in paragraph 6, it says that this official, whose name is X'd out, sees an alliance of convenience between Iran and Al-Qaeda. He and Prince so-and-so, who's also redacted, agreed that Iran would try 2 terrorist tracks against Saudi Arabia, Al-Qaeda elements and a mini Hezbollah in the eastern province. So here you've got this counterterrorism specialist in Saudi Arabia saying there is an alliance of convenience between Iran and Al-Qaeda. Here's King Abdullah. Now, again, this is a cable from the American Embassy in Riyadh, and it's the subject is counterterrorism advisor Brennan's meeting with the King of Saudi Arabia, Saudi King Abdullah. And here's Saudi King Abdullah pictured here. And what is he saying? Well, in paragraph 8, which is classified secret and entitled "A Heated Exchange," the king tells Brennan, who is the national security advisor for counterterrorism for the president of the United States, the king of Saudi Arabia says he noted that the Iranian foreign minister Motaki had been sitting in the same seat that Brennan is sitting in a few moments ago. And the king described his conversation with Foreign Minister Motaki as a heated exchange, frankly discussing Iran's interference in Arab affairs. And he said when challenged by the king on Iranian meddling in Hamas affairs, Motaki apparently protested that these are Muslims. And the king says, no, Arabs. You as Persians have no business meddling in Arab matters. The point here, ladies and gentlemen, is that here's the king of Saudi Arabia. If we needed any more proof, here's the king of Saudi Arabia saying that he had this exchange with the Iranian foreign minister about Iran's support for Hamas, which of course is a Sunni Muslim organization. It's also the Muslim Brotherhood, as proved by Hamas's own charter. Article 2 says very clearly that it is a wing of the Muslim Brotherhood in Palestine. Let's move on. Again, Saudi Arabia. Now, this is the subject is the presidential assistant Brennan's September 5th discussion with Saudi Interior Minister Prince Nayef. And this is September 2009 cable. And what does the Saudi Interior Minister say to the president's national security advisor on terrorism, on counterterrorism? Well, in this paragraph 7, under the heading Iran Promoting Terrorism, Nayef complained that over the past 2 years, so from 2007 to 2009, Iran has hosted Saudis, all Sunnis, he says, including Osama bin Laden's son, Ibrahim, who had contact with terrorists and worked against the kingdom. So, here very clearly is the interior minister of Saudi Arabia saying Iran is supporting Sunni terrorists, including the son of Osama bin Laden. Israel. Now you see here, this is November 2009. The subject is Assistant Secretary of Defense Vershbo meets with senior Israeli defense officials, and in paragraph 8, which is secret, no foreign dissemination, no dissemination to foreign nationals. It says very clearly, Israel was also highly concerned about Iran's support for proxies, with General Baidatz emphasizing that there are multiple bases in Iran were the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Quds Force, which is the special forces of Iran going around the Muslim world and training Muslim forces, that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Quds Force, Hezbollah, Hamas, and Palestinian Islamic Jihad operatives all train together and share knowledge in multiple bases in Iran. Now, of course, you know that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Quds Force, and Hezbollah are all Shia, and Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad are both Sunni terrorist organizations. In the UAE, you see here, this is a July 2009 cable, and the subject is the UAE Gulf Security Dialogue, July 20th plenary session and COS dialogue, and in paragraph 13, which is classified secret, the UAE Gulf Security Dialogue officials say Iranian promotion of Shiism, coupled with sleeper cells in the region, magnify the threat articulated by the UAE. Now, the threat that they're talking about is that if we or Israel attack Iran, what will Iran do? What is Iran likely to do? And so the Gulf Security Dialogue official says, from the UAE says, if attacked, Iran, may seek to obstruct shipping in the Gulf and control more islands over which it does not have legitimate sovereignty. Working in alliance with Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah, and Iraqi Shia, Iran is poised to do damage of an unpredictable nature if and when provoked. So here you've got the United Arab Emirates, Gulf Security Dialogue, counterterrorism officials saying that they see Iran working in alliance with Al-Qaeda. Now, you've already seen this in a previous segment on the Muslim Brotherhood, but again, it just drives home the point. Here, if you remember, you have Omar Solomon, the chief of Egyptian intelligence, saying very clearly that Iran is supporting the Muslim Brotherhood and that he hopes that Iran will stop supporting Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, and other cells, which of course are all Sunni Muslim organizations. Well, if that's not good enough, ladies and gentlemen, here's Mr. Qaradawi again, and of course you remember that he is the most prominent Muslim brother in the world today, considered to be the Muslim Brotherhood's spiritual guide. And in July 2006, he says this. He says, even if the Shias are different from the Sunnis in many respects, they must receive our backing. The Lebanese resistance is a legitimate jihad, and it is a duty for every Muslim to support Hezbollah in its struggle against the Israeli invasion. In 2007, he says, it is obligatory on all Muslims to resist any possible attack the U.S. might launch against Iran. Iran is a Muslim country which all Muslims should defend, while the U.S. is an enemy of Islam. So here you have, Mr. Qaradawi, a Sunni Muslim, the most prominent Muslim brother in the world today, and he's saying, and he even makes the distinction, he even brings up the religious differences. Even if Shias are different from Sunnis in many respects, they must receive our backing, Sunni backing. And Iran, the country of Iran, the Shia capital of the world, must be defended by all Muslims. So, in summation, here's what we have. The Saudis say Iran has an alliance of convenience with Al-Qaeda. The Saudis say Iran will attack the Saudi Arabian government via Al-Qaeda elements. The Saudis say Iran meddles in Arab affairs by supporting Sunni Hamas. The Saudis say Iran is hosting Ibrahim bin Laden and other Sunni Saudi terrorists. Israel says Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad, both Sunni Muslim terrorist organizations, train with the Shia Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Quds Force, and Hezbollah. The UAE says if attacked, Iran could attack targets in the Gulf in alliance with Al-Qaeda. Egypt says Iran is supporting Hamas and the Muslim Brotherhood clandestinely and meddling in its affairs. And one of the most prominent Sunni Muslim terrorists in the world today says all Muslims should support Iran and Hezbollah. ladies and gentlemen, if that isn't clear enough that there is cooperation between Sunni and Shia, I don't know what kind of evidence we can bring to prove that. And there are many other aspects and ways of proving this cooperation. One is simply that Iran itself publicly in the press repeatedly states that it supports Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And right there is all the proof you need, because Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad are both Sunni organizations. But there is other evidence too. There are comments by commanders in Iraq as well as in Afghanistan about Irani support to Sunni insurgents, and it goes on and on. So there's the proof, ladies and gentlemen, that there is deep cooperation between Shia Iran and Sunni terrorist organizations, including Al-Qaeda, Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad.